How's it? Today is March 30th. It's Monday. It's Monday. I was tasked with doing a complex of one pull plus two hang snatches, full snatches today, with a bunch of other stuff afterwards. Today was a very, very long day. Um, these snatches were pretty easy. I just ran into some issues because I destroyed my pubic bone once again. Um, And then I've been dealing with that hip issue. My right hip flexor is kind of just doesn't. Uh, it hurts a lot when I squat into like full depth. I really hope that it kind of irons itself out in the next 12 hours. I'm gonna be squatting, I believe, in for tomorrow on Tuesday. So I had about 5 or 6 sets, total sets, top weight of 70 kilos. I think this is actually the set where I destroy my pubic bone. Yeah, this is the one. And then from here, I was just really, really apprehensive for extension for the rest of them. You can see how I kind of um, baby it there. I think it was honestly because I forgot about the drawstring on my shorts, and then I just hit it, going through the range of motion. But yeah, the weights should be about 70-ish, and then next week should be about 75-ish, and then the week after that should be about 80-ish. Um, my weights here are not the best. All the bumpers are in pounds, and then all of our small plates are in kilos, but we don't have like a 1 kilo or a 2 kilo. We have 5, a 2.5, and we have like 1 1/4. This is my second set here, I think. Oh, this is my first set. Is that right? Yeah, so you can see how I can't like fully commit to extension here. Um, it's just like every time I run into the hip issue, I don't know how to fix it there. I'm very frustrated. Again, it's not heavy whatsoever. So I fail here. I wasn't really able to get proper extension there, but I do reattempt it. That was much better. I don't know. I felt really just off today. I'm not sure why that is. I didn't eat as much as I normally do, I guess, but usually that's not a factor for me, especially with lighter weights. I just didn't feel as snappy as I normally do. And then, there we go. Much better. So between my pubic bone, my right hip, and then my left knee, um, lots of things have a chance to go awry tomorrow. So I'm just hoping that everything turns out okay. I'm doing my best to do my stretching and recover as much as I can before tomorrow. But there's only so much I can do, um, you know, in the next 12 hours. Yeah, getting into the position is just like really touchy because sometimes my hip is okay, sometimes it's not. That was not a happy one. You can see in my face there. Yeah, I was just about to grab my hip there. So here's my second to last set. It's worth noting that this is the first time I did a full snatch on purpose since the meet, I think. Yeah, I'm not happy here. And here's my last set. I think it was just a little. This is probably my best set, aside from like the first one. I get pushed back a little bit into the hole there, but I didn't have too many issues, I don't think, with that one. And then I moved into these panda pulls here, deficit panda pulls. I'm not too sure about the technique on this. I think it's just to get to extension and then pull my body back down to the bar, but kind of keep my upper back or my torso kind of perpendicular to the floor. Yeah, like that. Instead of allowing a hip hinge so that my chest gets pulled back to the bar. There we go. That was a much better one. Unfortunately, not all the reps look like that. I kept it at this weight for the whole entirety, except for the first set. He said basically don't go 10% more than 10% higher than the snatch complex that I hit today. So snatch complex was about 155-ish. And if I were to go 10% up on that, that would just be about 170. So I kept it right under that. Yeah, these are actually looking not too bad. Second to last set here. It's kind of weird because I don't recall feeling anything in my hip when I was doing this. Or, sorry, my pubic bone. Some of these, yeah, I felt it in my right hip, but my pubic bone, the bruise, I didn't quite feel throughout that. This is the set I sent to Steve. And then I moved into the snatch push press plus overhead squat. The bar falls off my back right here. I wasn't ready for that, so I put my shirt on. But then after that, I just felt really suffocated because it was so hot and I was sweating a lot, and so like it just didn't feel good. So I took it off again later towards the end. I'm pretty happy with how these blocks are working. I think if I were to squat off of these blocks, I would probably have one more block height or maybe like a 2-inch block instead of just all of these 6 inches. So this is a work up to a heavy 3+1. I end up getting to 185, and then I fail 196. Some of it is because my wrist started to really feel the pressure that I was putting it under, but also was the overhead squat. Maintaining position with my hip being as painful as it is, kind of just doesn't feel nice. Maybe this is how it's going to be for a while, but I'm pretty upset with that because the snatch push presses are pretty easy, and usually the overhead squat is also it's challenging, but it's not impossible. And here on this 185, this is the heaviest I got. I just feel like my hip is just about to snap, like the tension through it is just really, really high. So I end up doing all 3 presses here, but I don't even attempt the squat. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, nah, dude. My wrist started to hurt too much. So I do these tempo pull-ups, which are supposed to be 3-1-3 for 10 sets of 5. I definitely know that the tempo here is not quite a 3-1-3, and the later the sets get, the more that it's devolved into like a 0-1-2. But I do believe I did all 50 pull-ups. This is way harder than what I thought it was going to be. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's definitely not the best. Then I tried these inchworm holds, these plank inchworm holds. Just 3 reps of 10-second holds each for a set, and then I just did 3 sets of this. I would like to get much further down and much flatter, but this is the first time I did them, and I'm pretty happy with how they feel. Like they're very hard. So yeah, that should be it for today. I really hope my hip feels better by tomorrow.